Damn, this guy murdered his own grandfather. Hey, yo, this guy murdered his own grandfather. Okay, obviously that's kind of jokey, but like, damn. Kind of crazy, right? Like, no lie. Like, you low-key got your grandfather killed. How I caught my own grandpa. What is this video about? But you guys wanted me to watch it? So I'm down to watch it. He energizing like Pikachu. Okay, what did his grandpa do? I'm kind of scared. What can you possibly catch your grandpa doing?
Hello, this is Kaiser. You probably may have seen my sister's videos, but I'm using my sister's account, and in order to use her account, I have to be a third.
Oh! Okay. All right. Okay. 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 What the fuck was that? Why was there a random ass jump scare?
Imagine being halfway across the country at 13 years old.
Why did he just jump scare me?
Alone with only your little sister and a grandparent you barely know.
Hope you liked the video.
But what you do know is you just accidentally found a crap load of CP. And the man
What did he just say?
who know is you just accidentally found a crap load of CP.
Sorry.
And the man who holds it, your own grandfather, is your only way home.
I need to see this again.
Grandfather found a crap load of CP.
Hope you liked the video.
But what you do know is you just accidentally a grandparent you barely know.
Hope you liked the video.
But what you do know is you just accidentally found a crap load of CP. And the man who holds it, your own grandfather, is your only way home.
Whoa. I did not expect this to be where this was leading. Holy. Okay, we got ourselves a video. Okay. This man?
You may have seen some comments in the past calling out my absolute honker ears. Hell, this one's even deformed. But even with my big deformed ears,
Is this an ad?
It fits better than anything. Well, it fits wonderfully. Raycon everyday ergonomic earbuds fit like an absolute beaut no matter what I'm doing.
It's
Whether
fine.
it be a long run, editing,
Hey, W-ad!
gaming, or whatever else.
W-ad! Hey,
You
Raycon!
can do it all with
Raycon, sponsor
everyday
me!
Earbuds for as long
I
as you
will
need
shield the
to
shit out of
develop 32
Raycon.
hours of
Sponsor
battery
me.
life in between charges. And even better yet, if you have a bad
Is this
32
Jonathan
hours
in the
of battery life,
future?
well then, just send it
My
back.
ears are not that
Just
big,
Raycon
okay? Shut
offers
up. My
a
ears are not that
30-day
big.
money-back
Not that his ears are big,
guarantee.
okay? Not that there's anything wrong with his ears, but my ears are not that big.
I like to do with
All right.
music in my ears is a little easier thanks to Raycon. And now you can enjoy a pair for yourself.
Go to buyraycon.com/OMA to get 15% off your
If
purchase.
you had a business
plus
email, I
free
really need
shipping.
to. I really need to get a
Apologies
business
for the
email.
dramatic intro. I wasn't exactly sure how to start off a video like this. But hey, as I near 1 million subscribers, I figure what better time to make an Oma origin story video than, well, now. I mean, it's not like there's ever exactly a good time to make a video about
Wait, what?
your grandfather being a serial
This is his grandpa?
predator, but hey, this is probably the closest it'll be to a good time.
This is his grandpa?
I grew up never really knowing my dad. He beat the piss out of me pretty badly when I was a baby, so I hear. My mom was actually told that I was never even going to be able to walk, and I would likely be paralyzed. I grew up pretty religiously as well for the first 10 years or so of my life, going to church pretty much almost every Sunday. And you know, God teaches you to love your family. So, when eventually my grandparents reached out to my mom wanting to be in our lives, she was somewhat accepting. Like
Okay.
I said, I never knew my dad, and he was never in my life, but his parents wanted to be in mine despite what he had done. Initially, my mom didn't really want anything to do with them, but after a few years and, you know, being a struggling single mother, she eventually allowed them to send us things through our church. I was about
okay.
6. This went on for
This sounds like a
probably
cult. I'm not gonna lie. This sounds like a cult.
few years, and my mom had finally decided that they had won her over enough to allow them to meet us. Us being me and my little sister, who is 1 year younger than me. Met them at Chuck E. Cheese, and honestly, I remember.
I can't believe. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to pause like so much, but I can't believe this is actually him in the story. Also, this man needs to get a better camera.
remember it being a blast.
Why is this shit so blurry?
What kid isn't gonna have fun at Chuck E. Cheese? We got to know
Like, my
them,
man, you
learn
got
all about
you
them.
got a million subscribers, bro.
And we learned that my grandfather, he was actually a pastor, an active youth pastor at a children's ministry in North Carolina. Of course, my mom liked that and, you know, green flags, so they began to come around more and more. Not much because they lived in North Carolina, but about once or twice a year we would see them.
Oh
Typically,
no,
really
he
see
looks
them
so
if they were, like,
nice.
in town for some
Oh my
church
god, he
reasons
looks
or
so nice.
Occasionally family reasons, but this arrangement went on for about 7 or 8 years until I was 13 and my sister was about 12. I think I was in 8th grade at the time, and we had concocted this amazing idea to spend our spring break over in North Carolina with our grandparents. You know, really get to know them. Honestly, overall,
this is like a
it was pretty dope
movie.
vacation. We saw mountains, I saw oceans, we ate great food. It was great, all besides for a few red flags that at the time seemed minor, but now, you know, I look at it a little differently. It was mostly minuscule, but there's one instance in particular that my mom was particularly concerned about, even at the time. There was one instance where I had mildly, like, upset my grandfather, and he kind of, like, just flipped a switch and turned into a whole new human being for a little while. It's kind of scary. Basically, there was this girl that I knew we were going to be meeting for some reason or another. I think she was like a step relative on my grandma's side or something along those lines. I'm not sure, but I knew I wasn't related to her, and I knew we were meeting her. And of course, I thought she was cute, so I did what any boy would do at the time with no game. I sent her a Facebook friend request and added her there. I don't know if I thought I would lay on the charm with my Instagram post.
The dad!
I added her for some reason. Anyways, my grandpa, as old people do, took tons of pictures on this trip and posted them on Facebook. However, there was one particularly bad photo of me that he had posted where I just really didn't like the way I looked. It was an unflattering picture of me, to say the least. I can probably find it. But I knew he had this girl friended, and I had her friended, and I didn't want her to see that. I was embarrassed. You know, I'm a young boy in a changing body, and a girl that I knew I was meeting and thought was cute could see this ugly picture of me, so I simply asked.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this is red flag so far, right? I feel like it's okay. Like, I mean, it's like he's just taking pictures of his grandson, and like, hey, can we be honest? That's what old people do. Old people just take pictures of their families and they just post it online, like, oh, look at my son, look at my grandson. Like, that's just what old people do. I feel like.
I asked him to delete it because I was embarrassed by it. I think a reasonable request for an insecure little boy, but not to him apparently.
He basically just got super pissy about it, going like, fine, I guess I'll never get pictures of you again.
Damn!
I don't need pictures of my own grandchildren. Kind of being a baby about it. But eventually, he got over it. And
it's just one picture.
About our vacation.
He's literally just asking. Okay, that is a bit of a red flag. All he did was ask him to get rid of one photo because it made him look ugly. I think that's fair.
Until the last night there.
Depends on the old person. My grandma doesn't do that and never did. Hey, W grandma though. W grandma.
I've been making videos for a long time. Pretty much since I was like 5 years old, I've been trying to create content on the internet. And as such, I've become very familiar with the internet and technology at a young age, including internet culture. You'll see why this is important in a minute. It was our final day in North Carolina, and we had just gotten back to my grandparents' house.
What in the neighborhood is this? What in the fucking nuclear family neighborhood is this shit right here, dog? What the is this? What in the goddamn Sesame Street is this, dog? We got a green house here, a purple house here, a blue house here, a yellow house here, a lighter blue house here, a teal house, another purple house, an orange house, dog.
House from the other place we were staying at for a few days. We had our flight back home the next morning pretty early, and we had yet to print our tickets. And so my grandfather gave me his phone to do so. I did so without issue, and we got our tickets printed to go home. However, you know on phones how you can like swipe up or hit a button and see all of your open apps that are running in the background, and you can swipe up or down to close them? Well, I've always had a habit of doing that, and so without even thinking, I did so on my grandfather's phone, just out of habit. I was habitually swiping up fast, and so I closed it quick, but I realized I closed an app that had caught my eye in particular, an app that I thought it to be interesting that my grandpa even had on his phone. I'll give you a few seconds to take a guess as to what app.
4chan? 4chan. It's got to be 4chan, right? I wouldn't know. Like, where do you? I'm not that I'm asking. You guys don't have to answer. But where the fuck do you even find CP on an app?
Be so alarming. The app was Kik. Kik Messenger. If you know anything about Kik Messenger or its history,
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think I'm too old for Kik. I never got into Kik. What is Kik? Is Kik like just a regular messaging app? It's just you just text?
then I'm sure you'll know why this piqued my interest pretty quickly. See,
Kick.
even being 13 at the time, I knew
Not
way
the
more than I
stream.
should have about the internet. So I knew about Kick. Kick for a long time had been, and still unfortunately
John
is
never got groomed online. I never got groomed online. Wait. Does this not prove? I did the grooming. Okay, I'm just kidding. Wait, does this not prove that I'm not a predator? Right? Because I don't even know about this app. And I feel like if I was, I would know about this app.
this day a clusterfuck of an app known for being the go-to messaging service for child predators.
Oh!
On Kick, users share messages, photos, and videos. You don't have to be friends to connect. Anyone can contact anyone, anonymously. Kick is one of the most popular apps that works this way. And that's the problem, according to police.
I didn't assume
Wait, it's kind of like Tinder.
And
Wait, this is kind of like Tinder. You're swiping to chat?
And that's the problem, according to police.
I didn't assume anything at this time, and less alarm bells rang in my head than
Did Tinder steal the whole idea from Kick, but with dating?
probably should have, but it was enough to pique my interest, at
Hey,
least a
yo.
little bit. I mean,
Hey,
come
yo.
on, maybe Grandpa was in some church group chats. We went about the night as normally as we could, but I decided in my head that when everyone had fell asleep, I was gonna sneak my grandpa's phone and have a look-see as to what he was up to on Kick. Who knows, maybe it really just
Tinder
was
for
a nice
better.
church
Oh,
group
this is
chat.
such a scary photo. Dog, this is some horror. This is a horror type photo. I'm not even gonna lie. Also, oh my god, I'm sorry. I just figured out the whole story. Really quick. You know how at the beginning of this video he said that his dad used to beat him? His dad used to beat him and then he was a terrible father and then whatever, right? It's because the grandpa, his father's father, used to touch him. I bet you he used to touch him. So he didn't know how to deal with kids. The father was just on edge. Okay, so I 100% believe it's that, right? I 100% believe it's that. I 100%. I literally just figured out the whole fucking story.
To find God again.
Also, isn't it weird? I'm sorry. Isn't it weird that like so many of these predators are like in the church? I just find that fucking weird. Okay, I'm just saying. You just join random group chats and add people, no swiping. Oh, okay. So maybe that picture or that video was not right.
For about 3 hours, I just sat on my phone, waiting for my opportunity. About 1 a.m., everyone had fallen asleep for a little while. My grandpa had foolishly left his phone out on the table. He also foolishly didn't have a password on it.
Hey, yo.
I managed to
Old
sneakily
people
grab
shit.
his phone and then lock myself in the bathroom to begin checking it out. I remember seeing his profile first. There was a picture of him in a tie-dye shirt. He went under the name Horny Artist. Needless to say, there were no church group chats, and honestly, there was no real good explanation for why he had Kick. Unless you count having terabytes of CP as a good explanation. I wouldn't. I don't think I need to go into detail with what I saw, but just know I saw pretty much probably the worst stuff that I probably could have seen. I began scrolling through and there was probably about 50 different individuals my grandfather was trading this nasty stuff with. One of the main people he would converse with on this app was someone named Kat. He had also shared images of my sister with her, as well as pictures of
First of all, you're right. Terabytes? Terabytes is fucking crazy. Think about this. Guys, I barely have terabytes worth of storage on my computer. You got terabytes worth of like these like 280p fucking PNGs? That's literally like a 1 million fucking CPs. Also, he was sending pictures of his own granddaughter and his own grandson. Oh, this is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I don't think he clarified, but was he dressing up? Was he catfishing these people? Or was he actually, because it looked like it was actually him in the photo, right? The horny artist. So it looks like it was just him. Kind of troll, right? Like people were just sending him CP, but like were they kids too, or were they other predators? I'm not gonna lie, this is weird. Just him? Oh.
of the other step-granddaughter that we had met earlier on this trip. It was all normal pictures, but he just mentioned that we were visiting and that this other granddaughter would be staying with him for a week later that same summer. Now honestly, I wasn't really sure what to do, and I mean, I don't think any 13-year-old would. I didn't want to really record what was on his phone because I didn't want to have CP on my own phone.
True.
Get in trouble. I made sure
but
to
he was a
memorize
kid.
his username and diligently studied his conversation with this cat person. Funny enough, this is how I actually knew how to catch predators on Omegle, is because this cat girl at this time told my grandfather that she uses Omegle to find other predators and kids. Anyways, I'd concocted a plan. We ended up leaving the next day and made a
Elden Ring is 60 gigabytes. That's and he had terabytes. Okay, also, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I obviously, like, I'm not in the world of predators. Okay, but like, what the fuck? You go on Omegle to find other predators? Wait, when you go on Omegle, don't you go on a webcam? Right? If I go on Omegle right now, am I not gonna see you guys? Like, you guys are gonna see me. So how the fuck do you go to Omegle? And then what do you say? Are you hi, are you into kids? What?
Get home safely. Right when we got back home, I got right to work. When I got back home, I made a fake Kick profile, pretending to be a 26-year-old girl. And yes, my plan was I was basically acting like a fellow predator, 13 years old. I reached out to him telling him I was a friend of this cat girl, and we got to talking.
Hey, my friend Kit told me about you. Who? Cat? And? Just Cat. Then he immediately sends a penis picture. No words, just straight dick. You married? I asked. By this point, I could gauge he was a sick fuck and enjoyed being a sick fuck, so I knew he probably wouldn't have an issue admitting to this. To be honest, yes. You? No, I'm 26. I have a boyfriend though. I mean, this right here, my age was really showing. I said that like a 26-year-old wouldn't be married. That's unreasonable. Like,
True.
Oh no. It's an open relationship. He doesn't care what I do. Does your wife know?
I'm not saying this is made up because this is his grandfather. So like, I don't know if he's just making this up, this story part. But I'm sorry. Does a 13-year-old know what an open relationship is? It kind of seems weird. You never got a dick on Omegle. I never used Omegle, but I've seen videos of Omegle, and I know a lot of people are just jerking off. They're literally just jerking off on Omegle. I think it was TB altogether after investigation, not terabyte the pics on his phone. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I feel like this conversation, like, I'm imagining this. As a 13-year-old, are you able to have these conversations? Like, right? Like, do you know how to trick somebody?
Heck no. Better not get caught. Kissing emoji. I want to suck a dick. Try.
Oh, what?
Do you have anyone whose dick you can suck?
What?
LOL. Tried mine. I'm just short. LOL.
Oh!
You could always meet with someone. He sends another picture of his pee-pee. What did Kat say? I asked if she knew any hot guys who will send pics, and she gave me you.
Hey, yo!
He then sent me a picture of him holding his wiener with his face in it. Better yet, it also said camera right underneath the image, which on Kick means that was taken alive right then in that moment while we were texting. Where's your wife? At work. Sneaky. Do you have a friend you can suck off? I think my mindset here was I was just trying to see if you had mentioned anyone that I
he says that internet all the time, so it might be smart. Okay, that's true. Not everyone's dumb like you, John.
Yet. So I pressed them harder, or sign depending on your relationship. I know some people would do stuff with their kids or grandkids.
Oh shit!
And then unfortunately, I got the response I was looking for. I would. With who? Granddaughter. Oh, how old are they? 12. How often do you see them? Then his response to that was a picture of my sister just sitting at the beach in her bathing suit. That was a safe for work image. It was like a Facebook.
Wait, no, this is crazy. Wait, but he's not gay though? I can't tell if this guy's like, he's like a predator against all kids, or he's just a predator against like girls. Not that it matters, but this is crazy.
You would find on like a mom's
I thought it was gonna be
Facebook.
him, and then that would destroy my whole theory about the son.
But obviously it's pretty disturbing to have seen it being sent around that way. I was honestly speechless, so I just responded with I'll send a pic later. He then sent another picture of one of his other step granddaughters, the one that we had met previously on this trip, who was also around our age. You know, now that I think about it, me and Grandpa were eyeing the same girl, which was not cool, dude. When did you see them last? They taste good too.
What?
Spent a week with first pic, second pic coming for a week. And you didn't try anything? And he just responded with, her brother in the pool too. Rubbing your kitty? Yeah, I am. Nah, see. And I guess I just never seen a vagina in my life, or knew how they work, or probably even talked to a woman at this point in my life, because for some reason, my response to, yeah, I'm playing with my kitty, can you see? My response was, send a pic when I'm not around people. Who's there? I'm in a car with my friends and mom. I guess the girl I was pretending to be.
Wait, that's kind of smart.
A freak. I really don't know how he didn't get skeptical at this point.
He wants to suck some dick, so probably likes every. Oh yeah, he did mention that. He literally started. Bro, what a fucking crazy conversation starter, right? I forgot. He started off the whole conversation with, I tried to suck some dick. He's pansexual.
I wasn't a professional at this time yet, okay? I was 13. He sent another pee-pee picture.
This
Play with
guy.
cat.
Not yet. Just started this account yesterday.
Send you one of her sucking me when I see your pics. I love young. Okay, I'll trade.
He sent 2 more pee-pee pictures and an image of a girl, clearly not 18. At this point, I just decided to leave
Wait, he had a picture of the girl
Converse
sucking
and
him
I
off?
love young. Okay, I'll trade.
He sent
Suck me when I see your pics. I love young.
What?
Okay, I'll trade.
He
What?
sent 2 more pee-pee pictures and an image of a girl, clearly not 18. At this point, I just decided to leave our conversation alone, as I had pretty much got all that I felt that I needed from him, and he had pretty heavily incriminated himself already at this point. So
He kind
naturally,
of looks like
I
Mark
felt like
Cuban.
I had seen enough of Grandpa for the day, and I just left him alone.
No
And
way.
before I even went to the police or even told my own
Holy
mom, I
shit.
wanted to
And
make
this
people-
guy spends time around kids his entire life. Dog, did you like all of the pictures? I don't know if it's just like selected, but they're all pictures of him around kids and doing stuff for kids, right? He's like the leader in a kid group. Actually wild. He doesn't discriminate. He just wants a minor. That's what it looks like.
around him aware. So I messaged the mother of the other granddaughter.
Excuse me, but do you have a moment to spare? It could involve your daughter.
Yes? Now honestly, I didn't think she would take me seriously because I was a literal kid myself at the time, so I lied to her a little bit.
I'm an online vigilante who catches pedophiles and stops them before they do anything to harm anyone. Unfortunately, I have hard evidence of Tom Kinsley saying and sending very illegal things. I
Damn.
would keep your daughter away from him as well.
Damn.
Might I say that message was June 9th of 2017.
Damn.
What a crazy foreshadow, because here I am 8 years later. This was basically my destiny, you know?
Basically, I created a fake profile pretending to be a 26-year-old girl to get proof of him admitting to things he wants to do to your daughter,
Oh,
his other granddaughter,
shit.
and other kids.
Dude,
And inevitably,
what?
this got the ball rolling. And he then pretty swiftly underwent FBI investigation and was arrested and charged with indecent liberties with a minor, as well as 5 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation.
Damn!
Unfortunately, he bitched out like the coward we all know these child predators are.
Oh.
And on June 17th, 2017, took his own life in his jail cell. Hopefully, this gives you all some more insight in regards to why I do what I
Damn. Damn, this guy murdered his own grandfather. Hey, yo, this guy murdered his own grandfather. Okay, obviously that's kind of jokey, but like, damn. Kind of crazy, right? Like, no lie. Like, you low-key got your grandfather killed. I'm just saying, yeah, he low-key killed his grandfather.
do and the
Deserved?
content
Very,
styles that I
very
make.
deserved.
Views and shit are obviously cool and all, but this style of content has always had a deeper and more personal
Rare
meaning to it.
achievement.
Thank you guys so much for 1 million. That's literally my childhood dream, and I hope you guys continue to support me in the future, because we have a lot of crazy videos coming up.
Yo, fucking W. Yo, W. Oh my, I'ma like this. Okay, I was trolling with the dislike because you jump scared me in the beginning. There's a Raycon sponsorship. Okay, make sure you guys buy Raycon. Make sure you buy Raycon. Yo, W video. I was not expecting that. What's crazy is that it came out of this guy. Like, you're telling me that this guy's own grandfather was a predator, and then from now on, all this guy does, all he does is just make videos about catching predators? Nah. Nah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.